Hello viewers, welcome to this section. We are still under probability, solving series of questions on the properties, the laws, and that of compound event. Compound event make use of and or the word or, while the laws also make use of either the event happening plus the event not happening, all sum up to give us what? One. So we are trying to marry the two together in solving this question. So the probability is that Fred, Selon, and Malik will hit a target, when we are doing games, are given to us respectively. So our task is to find the probability that only Fred will hit the target. It is a game of, let's say, we are having a ball being shoot into a goalpost. So the three of us are into that game. So we are finding the probabilities. So the probabilities are given to already. So it means that if I am not able to score the goal, then it means the remaining two people have to score the goal. So the probabilities are just finding that Fred will be hitting the target out of the three people. So if Fred hit the target, that means Salom and Malik may not hit the target, because there are three people in that sample space, if I may put it that way. So if one person will hit, as in that trial, it means the two people may not hit. Good. Here, only Fred and Salom will not hit. Meaning, if only Fred and Salom is not hitting the target, it means that Malik is what? Hitting the target. So now you can see that happening or may not happening, or must equals to 1 also come into play. So in this case, let's use the beginning letters to represent the probabilities. So probability of Fred will be 2 out of 3. Then the probability of Salom will also be given to us as 3 out of 4. Then finally, probability of what? Malik will also be represented as what? 4 out of 5. So these are the probability that each of them hit the target. What if they did not hit the target? Because there's a question here that means that they will not hit the target. So we need to find the probability of Fred not hitting the target is equals to 1 minus the probability of Fred hitting the target. You remember there is the rule that says that if you are not hitting the target, it's equals to 1 minus 1 hitting the target, because both must add to what? 1. So this probability of Fred not hitting the target is going to be 1 minus him hitting the target, going to be 2 out of what? 3. And that could become 1 out of 3 if we perform that subtraction. Then probability of Salom not hitting the target become 1 out of him hitting the target, which will become 1 minus 3 out of 4. And that could also be computed as 1 out of 4. Then the last person will be probability of Malik not hitting the target become 1 minus him hitting the target. So by substitution, 1 minus 4 out of 5 become 1 out of 5. So now we know the 2 events, the 3 events happening and the 3 events also not happening. So in taking the first question, which is asking for only Fred will hit the target, meaning that the probability of Fred hitting the target and that of Salom not hitting the target and that of Malik not hitting the target, because the 3 events must occur together. So if Fred is hitting the target, it means Salom and Malik are not hitting the target. So we know in this event we cannot use or, because we are talking about the event happening, 3 of them are performing the trial. So if the first person hit, the second person will lose and the third person will lose. So we are using and. So in that case, this becomes a multiplication rule, which says probability of Fred times of Salom not hitting times of Malik not hitting. So we multiply the three probabilities together. Fred hitting will be 2 out of 3 times Selim not hitting 1 out of 4. Malik not hitting 1 out of 4, 5. So per this will go here 1, go here 2. So the numerator becomes 1 out of 6 times 5. And 6, 5 will give us what? 30. So it means that the probability that only Fred will hit the target will be 1 out of 4, 30. 1 out of 30. So in the case of the second one, which is only Fred and Selim will not hit, meaning if the two are not hitting, Malik is hitting the target. So in this case, we are going to have probability of Fred not hitting the target and Selim not hitting the target and Malik what? Hitting the target. So the two are not hitting the target, but the third person is what? Hitting the target. So since we are using AND, that becomes probability of this times that of this times that of Malik. So how do we substitute? We know Fred not hitting the target is given to us as what? 1 out of 3. Selim not hitting the target is 1 out of 4. Then Malik hitting the target is given as what? 4 out of 5. So per that, this will cancel. 1 times 1 times 1 will be 1. Then 1 here will multiply 3 times this is what? 15. So 1 out of 15 will be the second probability that two of them will not hit the target, but the third person will hit the target. So this is also an example of combination of that of the compound event and the properties, or better still, the rule, the addition rules of the multiplication rule of probability. I believe the concept is clear. Good. If that is clear, share, like, and comment. In the next episode, we will deal with how to make use of tossing a coin once or twice or thrice. See you in that episode. Bye-bye.